everybody. My name is Christopher Locke. I am a co-founder of Designing Color along with two other people, and as you'll find out later on, the rest of the team. And I'm also a designer at Egan Simon Architecture here in Los Angeles. So quickly about Designing Color. Designing Color is an award-winning collective of architects and designers of culture. Our mission aims to diversify the way architecture is taught and practiced to amplify marginalized communities who have been historically silenced and erased throughout the design process. Let's get it rolling. So who are we? We're a team of 6 located in Detroit, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Boston, and Seattle. DCO facilitates educational programming, creates workshops, designs socially responsible projects and exhibits, and digital initiatives that are ultimately informed by design justice, social justice, and design equity. We want our work to move forward in that space of change. So the focus and the topic that we've been working on this year is centered on the question of how have designers contributed to the creation of racialized spaces? We centered this around designing action. Also, it prioritizes how we unbuild racism found in our environment, our cultures, and our design places. It is broken down into 3 facets. Workshop 1, which interrogates racialized architecture and how white supremacy is built into the United States of America historically. Workshop number 2 looks at how can we use design justice as a way to implement work into our spaces. And the last one, which we look at the sustainability of creating leadership and accountability in design justice. So in unbuilding racialized spaces, we look to create sacred spaces through Black and Brown pedagogy, through monthly panels, which we'll be holding some tomorrow if you look at our Instagram pages, workshops, designing exhibits and spaces by response, and organizing with communities to ultimately sustain and build change. So this process is built by our 3 C's: challenge, collaborate, and create. How do we, 1, identify prejudicial systems and ultimately break them to tear them more towards the marginalized groups? How do we collaborate and unify with diverse groups to make more inclusive change? And how do we create safe space, not just products, but safe spaces that ultimately contribute and create new typologies? An example of this is one of our workshops called Voices, Empathetic Responsibilities. We worked with Cal Poly SLO students, staff, and faculty on this project. It was centered around the questions, do designers have the responsibility to build empathy into the built environment? Students worked in groups of 4 around the questions of how can they create processes to create new strategic plans about how to create more just spaces at Cal Poly. Another example of this is a project that we're working on recently. It's at the Cal Anderson Park in Seattle. Our alternative inspirations for this project combines many of the principles you see underneath guiding principles on the left. How do we ultimately use culture and the ideas that are inherent to our bodies, space, and communities as a way to create design languages? Our design seeks to mute imperialism and proliferate an Afrofuturistic lexicon. How do we ultimately leverage community groups and the awesome ideas that are centered in Seattle to create a just, equitable, and a food center in Los Angeles? I look forward to talking to you all more about this project and many of the other things we're doing and learning from you as well. I hope I got us started off on a good foot. That's all.